Good afternoon, class. My name is Jayla Gordon, and today I'm presenting a poem named "Suicide Note" by Janice Miriktani. I am pretty sure that I said her name wrong. I do apologize. But before we get into the poem, I would like to share a little background about this poem, this short poem. So, as I mentioned earlier, the name of this poem, the title of this poem is called Suicide Note, and it is written by the author named Janice. This is the little background about this poem. A female Asian American college student commits suicide after making less than a 4.0 grade average. She left a suicide note for her parents in her dorm room. Now that I've read the background about this poem, I would like to start, I guess, acting out the poem. I'm not really a good actress, so I hope you guys don't judge me, but okay, let's get into this poem. How many notes written? Ink smeared like bird points in snow? Not good enough, not pretty enough, not smart enough. Dear mother and father, I apologize for disappointing you. I worked very hard, not good enough, harder, perhaps to please you. If only I were a sun, shoulders broad, as the sunset threading through pine, I would see the light in my mother's eyes, or the golden pride reflected in my father's dream of my wide male hands worthy of work and comfort. I would swagger through life, muscled and bold, and assured drawing praises to me, like currents in the bed of wind, viral with confidence. Not good enough, not strong enough, not good enough. I apologize. Tags do not come easily. Each failure a glacier, each disapproval a blueprint, each disappointment ice about my river, ice above my river. So I have worked hard, not good enough. My sacrifice I would drop bone by bone, perch on the ledge of my womanhood, fragile as wings, not strong enough. It is snowing steadily. For it is snowing steadily, surely not good weather. For flying this sparrow, silly and dizzy by the wind on the edge. Not smart enough. I make this ledge my altar to offer penance. This air will hold me. The snow burdens my crippled wings. My tears drop like bitter cloth softly into the gutter below. Not good enough, not strong enough, not smart enough. Choices thin as shaved ice. Notes shredded drift like snow on my broken body. Covers me like whispers of sorries. Perhaps when they find me, they will bury my bird bones beneath a sturdy pine and scatter my feathers like unspoken song over this white and cold and silent breast of earth. Now, let me show you guys my audience. This is my audience. I'm sorry, this is the only audience that I had. This is my little dog, Paris. And I also have my husband recording. Could you flip the camera, please, if you don't mind? Thank you. So I will get into the poetic forms and the analyzing questions. The first question, it says, why did you choose this poem? I chose this poem because honestly I feel as though a lot of students who are in college can relate to what the young girl went through in the poem. So many parents want their child to, succeed and just overly work themselves, and they're not really there for their children while they're in school slash college. So I feel as though, a lot of people can relate to this story on personal levels, because when you enter college, when you enter high school, it's not easy. The work is not easy. So you want to, do everything right and get all of the good grades, but sometimes it does not always work that way. So the girl parents being mad at her for not, achieving the grade point average that they wanted for her, I feel as though something could have been, I guess, like avoided, or they could have either, spoke with their daughter about her grades, or, got her tutoring, anything, because, they don't really know what the girl was going through in college, while she was in college. What did this poem remind you of? This poem reminds me of what students actually go through on a daily basis in high school and in college. The poetic form of this poem is free verse. Imagery and figurative language contribute to the construction of the meaning, because the stanzas and literacy devices helps break down the meaning of the poem. For example, the tone and mood of this poem is obviously sad and depressing. The author expresses this tone deeply in the poem. There are a few literacy devices within this poem as well. A few of those literacy devices are repetition, metaphors, similes, and symbolism. The repetition is in this poem is not strong enough, not good enough, and not smart enough. While I read the poem, I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, I kept mentioning those words, not strong enough, not prettier enough, not good enough, because the girl parents thought that of her, so that's why she was, wishing that she was like a boy, because her parents thought she just wasn't good enough. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I also wanted to give you all another quick glimpse in the theme of this poem. This poem describes the emotions and true feelings of a young girl student who thinks that suicide is the only way left for her to please her parents and others and escape the pressure of student life. The imagery and figurative language of this poem is each failure, a glacier, each disapproval, a boot print, each disappointment, ice above my river. The main theme of this poem is about depression, and also about a girl who is wanting to make good grades, but her parents are not proud of her about the grade point average that she had. So she wrote this suicide note. The girl is not able to accept her imperfection and thinks she cannot deal with life. Instead of hoping that her problems will eventually elevate, she gives up hope and opts for the easier way out. She acts as if she were just a bird that is overwhelmed by a gusty storm. Contrastingly, she feels that men do not have such problems and are stronger to weather any kind of storm, which is of course is not true. The truth, which is unknown to the girls, that men have as much self-doubt as at times as women do. Everyone feels less perfect than at times, but such feelings are usually dealt with in a constructive way. And that concludes the ending of my poem. I hope you all enjoyed me reading slash acting out this poem called Suicide Note. I also hope that you all got a better understanding of the poem and the true meaning of it. If you have not read this poem, I advise you all to read this poem. Thank you for watching this poem, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. From your classmate Jayla Gordon. Thank you. Goodbye.